everybody. So we are so excited to be here. We are going to be trying to do this on a regular basis. We are talking feature film romances, and this is going to be just short reviews that we do on Fridays, Feature Fridays, and we're the Hallmarkies podcast, and I'm Rachel. Amber's here.
Hello, everybody.
Yay! And today we are talking about one of the biggest surprises of the summer season that did incredibly well. We're talking about Crazy Rich Asians. And Amber, what were your thoughts going into this? You hadn't read the book, correct?
I had not read the book, but I was super stoked on it. I really was. Because it looked like a classic rom-com, which we haven't seen in a big screen way for a long time. Like the minute I saw the trailer, I was like, we're going to see this. And so I was all in, and I planned to wait to read the book until after I saw the movie, because I didn't want to be like, oh, well, it's so much better. The book is so much better. I wanted to go in with fresh eyes to appreciate it just for the movie.
Yeah. So I hadn't heard anything about it until I was doing my summer box office preview with my friend Conrado over on my channel, Rachel's Reviews, and he mentioned it as a possible dark horse because last year they'd had Girls Trip, which had been the surprise breakout hit and had kind of fed for an underserved demographic as far as good films. And so he thought that this might be a dark horse hit for the summer, and he was completely right about it. It was brilliant. And that was the first I'd heard of it. And then I saw the trailers, and I'm like, I love it. This looks great. I'm so excited. Please be good. Please be good. Because, yeah, the feature film romantic comedy has been pretty much dead. Like, we've talked about some that have been, entertaining, but like as far as a big hit like this, it has been a long time since there has been a big hit like this. And so I did read the book before I went to the movie. I haven't read all three yet, but I did read the first one. And honestly, I think that most of the changes, I think all the changes were actually fine. I had no problem. I'm not a hardcore, I don't know. I'm not a traditionalist as far as I give movies quite a bit of leeway, in adaptations. Other people, like my niece is so strict. She's she's like, oh, they got this wrong and this wrong and this wrong and this wrong and this wrong. She's pretty hardcore. But I did really enjoy the book. The major, I guess, if you're curious about a difference, is just a little bit more spent on the mom plotline and the cousin. But I was fine with the changes they made, no problem. And so I was really excited to go, and we ended up getting to see it together at a screening. What was your initial response to it?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm in the movie theater with you, and we're watching it, and just the opening credits, I'm already excited, because even just the font and the design of the title credits was amazing. Okay. Yeah. Just from the jump, I was like, yes, it's doing so many things right. And then we get that amazing, epic, iconic opening scene. If you haven't seen the movie yet, I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's amazing. Please don't get your hopes up and then get disappointed. Just kidding. No way. It's beyond disappointment. It's impervious to disappointing someone. It was so great. And then the movie, just from the beginning all the way through the end, it hit all of the right emotional beats. It was funny. It was classy. It was escapist. It was absurd, but amazing. Everything you could want from a romantic comedy and more. I loved it. And Henry Golding, holy moly, he is everything. He's everything. Yeah. Please cast him in so many movies.
Yeah, he was so handsome. I was in love, and I think he did a pretty darn good job for being his first real acting role. From what I know, he's been a host, I think, and stuff like that. But he's got charisma, just huge. And I thought they had really good chemistry. And yeah, when you watch a movie, you have to kind of ask yourself, what is it they're trying to do? And did they execute that well? And in this case, it can't be denied what they were trying to do. Someone could say, well, I don't like romantic comedy, so I'm not going to like this. that's fine. But
and even those people, I'd say, give it a shot.
Yeah. And certainly for all of our audience, you'll love it. But I just think it is basically perfect. As far as what they're trying to do, they executed it super well. They got great cast. It was really funny. And I really liked the way that I think that the mother, she's not just like a villain, like unreasonable. She, like, her life experience, like her perspective makes sense given her life experience.
Yeah.
What she had to do with being the kind of the out person and knowing how hard it was and knowing how much she was judged. And she didn't think that Rachel could tough it out. She didn't think that it would work. And so she knows that, and she's willing to tell her that. And by the end, she kind of comes around, but I thought that she was actually a pretty well-written character.
Yeah, that's the thing also about this. Every character, even the ones who are just sort of like light and fun, they were well written, well portrayed. Like, they felt like real people that you could actually see. And I mean, I know this movie wants to be like, you know, show you real people and representation matters. But I think even beyond that, like, the fact that all of these characters, even the outlandish and absurdist ones who were sort of hyper reality, because I mean, I don't know anyone who's going to rent a, you know, boat, not like a shipping boat. I don't know anyone who's going to do that, but I could feel like those people were believable in this universe, in this context, which is really hard to pull off, but they totally nailed it. John Chu, the director, is an absolute genius. We've known this since he did Step Up. Those of us who've known him since Step Up know he's a genius. And I just loved everything about it. As soon as it was done, I was like, I wish we could go see it again, but we can't because it's an advanced screening. I went and took my parents to see it because I was like, it's so great. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I really appreciate about this movie is that, I mean, there are, you know, slight elements of, you know, like immodesty or, you know, like whatever, but there's nothing that's like exploitative. Like, there's no like absurdly long lingering scenes of passionate kissing. It doesn't need that. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to rely on that to make it be a romantic comedy. It just is, and you can see the love in the relationship without those things. I think it's better for it.
There's nothing raunchy about it at all. And even like some romantic comedies that I love have some of those moments that are uncomfortable, but this just nails it. And it's just, they did such a good job. They did a great job. And it can sometimes be hard to make people that are so like obscenely wealthy, make them likable and make them easy to relate to. Mm-hmm. But they did. Someone like Astrid, maybe they could have spent a little more time on her, but like, she's pretty relatable, I feel like, for somebody that opens the movie buying $1 million, you know, earrings. You wouldn't be able to relate to her, but I felt like I could.
Yeah, and it's because they wrote all these people as real people and then added the elements of, you know, absurdist or escapist reality to them. Because at their core, they're all just actual people.
Yeah.
Whether that means they're good people or horrible people.
Yeah. And I mean, it should at least be noted that it is the first major motion picture to come out of Hollywood with a majority Asian American cast since the Joy Luck Club in 1993, which is absurd. And, you know, that it's ridiculous. And so hopefully it will inspire more stories from lots of different people, because that's what makes storytelling good, is you get lots of perspectives and lots of I would love that. I think that's great. And it was just a really, really good movie. So I saw it 3 times in the theater. And I maybe I'll even go see it more. I just really enjoyed it. And I'm really excited I wrote a piece on my blog called Crazy Rich Asians and Why Romance Matters, because I think it's really important to have romantic films, whether dramas or romantic comedies, in the theater, because I think that, I don't know, I think that there's an element of hope in romances, that you want to have stories where people are loved and people, you know, you need that hope.
Well, and even beyond just that, romantic comedies are pretty much the only place where you get misunderstandings or betrayals, whatever, where people end up resolving them and like coming together in the end, whether that be like they come together as a romance, or in this movie where like the mother and Rachel come to an understanding. I mean, it's not like it's the Avengers, no offense, where they just fight each other. They there's actual, like, I mean, the backbone of a romantic comedy is the dialogue. And you can't, I mean, it teaches you how to communicate with people.
Yeah, it does. And also, like, it's a part of life and the human experience. Love is a part of, you know, what most of us, you know, go through. And I don't know, like, I really love the genre. And so I'm so excited to see it hopefully reinvigorated. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of bad copycats, but I hope that there'll also be some really good ones that will come from this. So there we go. Yeah, it's really
and final thing, Awkwafina is amazing.
Yeah, and I thought that I didn't love Ocean's 8, but she was fine in it, but it didn't really stand out to me. And then so she was so funny in this. Like, she won me over for sure.
Yeah, she's incredible. Awkwafina is the best.
Like, I love when she has all the dresses in the trunk of her car.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not an animal. That was really good. Yeah, she was really good. They just did a great job. So let us know. I know that most people have probably seen it at this point. We're kind of late on this. So let us know what you thought. Did you like it? Not like it? Where
obviously you liked it.
Yeah. How many times did you see it? And yeah, let us know. It'd be fun. Talk about. We can let us know on Twitter or in the comment section. And if you have any upcoming feature films that you'd like us to check out and do these little feature Fridays on, let us know. And let us know what you're looking forward to. And it should be pretty fun. So, awesome. And thanks so much. And Amber, where can people find you?
As always, I'm at Amber Brainwaves on Twitter, and that's it.
Great. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews on iTunes and on YouTube. And so check that out. And I'll put a link to that blog if you guys are interested. And make sure you're following the podcast, the Hallmarkies Pod, Instagram and Twitter, and all of our social media. And make sure you leave your reviews on iTunes. We really appreciate it. Or here on YouTube, put a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. So thanks very much. And we will talk to you all later. Bye.
Bye, everybody.